All right, we are live. Johnny, my boy, is sweating out college basketball. We got about 2 seconds left in this game. You're up 1 right now, right?
Up to
Up
2.7 at
2.
the free throw line. Yeah.
All right, so we should be good here. Just want to see this game finish out before we get started on this card.
Yeah. 2.7 left. No timeouts for UNLV. I think you almost got to miss the free throw here, and they have no timeouts. I mean, what are they going to do?
Right. While we sweat this out, we got 13 fights on this week's card. We're back to not, lackluster UFC. We got 40 UFC cards in a year. This isn't one of the better ones, but I will say
This legit might be the worst card of the year.
Yeah, I was arguing with Keg on Twitter. I think that Rosenstruck Gaziev card was worse.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That card was terrible. I think this will be a little bit more fun to watch. A lot closer odds on a lot of these fights. So I think it'll be a better card overall. But we're here. We're sweating out college basketball. It's March Madness. We've got conference tourney's going on. Got the
Crazy ass UFC
up
card, though. Crazy card last weekend. Crazy card last week.
Card. I crushed them. I crushed the prelims. My main card kind of sucked, but I didn't. I wasn't heavily invested in the main card.
I got destroyed. But hey, fucking Almeida, fucking fraud. She got fraud checked.
Yeah.
Fucking absolutely fraud checked. I mean,
that was tough. You can't win heavyweight fights if you're not going to throw punches at some point.
And it's like the little, because it's like Curtis Blades hit him with like a little uppercut that fucking rocked him, and then he just laid there, didn't try to fucking get any space to try to recover. Right. He just laid there and just got fucking smashed to the back of the head. I thought it was close to the back of the head, but it was kind of back of the ear.
Yeah.
But
you're right though. If he steps out of that and then, goes back in for a takedown, he was landing the takedowns. You got it?
Got it.
All right. Cash it.
Let's go.
It was a big weekend for the boys. If you are a follower of Nuke the House, you had a hell of a weekend last weekend with NASCAR, UFC. We crushed. So we're looking to keep that going. We've got 13 fights here. We, again, like I said, not the greatest card, but there's money to be made on all these cards. So,
like I say, there's a winner in every fight. You just got to find it.
Absolutely. And that's what we're here to do.
Yeah.
So we will dive right into this card. 13 fights. We've got 1 5-rounder. So far in 5-round fights, the underdog is 7-4 on the year. So something to pay attention to moving forward. But our first fight here is, let's see if I can find it. There we go. We've got a bantamweight bout between Chad and Helinger and, I'm going to say this wrong, Haremlopoulos Gregorio. What are your thoughts on this fight?
Initially, I thought, I don't know, Gregorio, he seems like I don't know. I don't think he's very good. I think he's got some power in his hands, though. He's got decent wrestling. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this guy. He's unproven. We don't know. But Chad Helinger, he's a grimy veteran. He is older. He's 37. I think Gregorio's 31. The older fighter. Helinger, he's a grinder, man. He's gonna be there. Cardio's gonna be good. I got questions on Gregorio's cardio after like 7.5 minutes, and I think Helinger is gonna be there for the majority of the fight. I don't know. I was kind of torn on this fight, but I'm going to lean with Dgar pass here.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I'm rolling with Gregorio here. I do think he could have early success. His straight punches are good. He can get in Helinger. He can hit in Helinger. It's an ugly fight. I mean, Gregorio is a decent sized favorite, which I don't like that. So I probably won't have much action in this fight at all. And Hellinger's older. He's not the greatest, but like you said, he's a bit of a survivor. He can make it ugly. He can last 3 rounds. I don't hate the dog shot here. I'm on Gregorio as my official pick, but I don't think I'm going to be doing anything with this fight. Just betting wise, I won't be playing it on DraftKings either.
Yeah, this is dog or pass for me. Who knows? Maybe I'll take a shot, half unit on the dog or something. I don't know yet.
Yeah, and this could be a live betting opportunity too, especially if Gregorio gets off to a good start, and it looks like he may fade. So I'd say if you're going to bet on this fight, I mean, dog or pass, but live betting opportunities will be there. Our next fight is in the lightweight division. I can't get this to expand, so we don't really have a very good view of the fight. But we've got Thiago Moises taking on Mitch Ramirez. Ramirez making his UFC debut. Moises, really good submission guy, solid stand-up. He's fought some of the better guys in the division. Somewhat of a gatekeeper. What are your thoughts on this one?
I like Moises here. I think this guy Mitch Ramirez, I mean, watching the tape back, I don't think he's all that good anywhere. I think Moises got some covered in every single way. Moises is better. I think Mitch Ramirez, this is a guy, he lost on his Contender Series. I don't know why they're bringing him in. It's just like they just need a warm body or something. Because this was a dropout. Moises was supposed to fight somebody else, Brad Riddell.
Yeah.
So this is a late replacement. They just needed a warm body. Comes in, gets his contract. Moises. He's fought the best of the best. Fought Makhachev, Benoit Saint Denis. He's lost in all of those fights, but whenever he goes and steps down, he usually rolls.
Yeah,
he's probably
he's just outside that top tier. He's right there.
He's just good. He's well-rounded fighter. I think it's probably like maybe a round 2 submission, if I would guess. I think he probably finishes him in like 2 or 3.
I agree. I think he finishes him at some point. His submissions are outstanding. And actually, what's funny is I went back and I watched the Saint Denis fight, and it's killing me that I picked against Poirier because Moises did land some shots in that fight that were very similar to the shots Poirier landed. But Poirier's shots, the power was there, and he put him out. So that's one. That Poirier fight is one that's going to haunt me against Saint Denis. But I thought Moises had a good showing in that fight. Saint Denis was just a bit stronger and just kind of overwhelmed him as time went on. But again, I think Moises is a really good fighter. This is kind of a levels thing. I think Moises gets him out of there, probably finds a sub. And he's a pretty heavy favorite. So that's kind of what Vegas is thinking too. So, we're in agreement there. The bet probably would be by sub. And
maybe I could see inside. Maybe I don't see him really knocking him out. Maybe ground and pound to where he hasn't been a bad spot. He has his back and he's just like smashing away and they stop it.
There's potential there too.
Or he can ground and pound and then club and sub.
That's very possible.
So
we'll look at the inside the distance numbers as it gets closer. I think sub is definitely live, but if you can get a number on inside the distance, at plus money or close to it.
It's minus 150 right now.
Okay, so that's not terrible.
No, it's right there, right fringe, but I'm sure it'll go up by Saturday.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. But yeah, we both think Moises gets the job done, and we're leaning inside the distance here. All right, our next fight is in the women's strawweight division. We have Corey McKenna taking on Jacqueline Amarin. This fight's kind of interesting. Amarin, very strong jiu-jitsu. She's very dangerous. Saw her gas out a little bit in her debut, but she went nearly all 3 rounds in her second fight. She looked a little bit better cardio-wise there. Her opponent wasn't the greatest, but it was good to see her go a little bit longer in a fight to see kind of where her gas tank would be. But what are your thoughts on this one?
I don't know. This is kind of a weird one for me. I mean, Amarin definitely has the jiu-jitsu advantage. I think they're probably equal fighters. It's kind of like, that's why, I mean, tough for me. Amarin has the better jiu-jitsu. McKenna, she has like a 8-inch reach, I think it is. I think she has Amarin on McKenna.
Yeah, I think it might even be like closer to 10. It's
10,
pretty big.
yeah. So, I mean, but I don't think Amarin's striking is very good. I think, but I can see McKenna. But what worries me is McKenna gets takedowns and then Amarin finds her way to a sub. I don't know. I can't land on the side on this fight. This is tough. Probably Amarin by sub or maybe McKenna by decision.
Yeah, I'm leaning Amarin. She's the dog here, which I do like. I actually thought she might be favored. And I think
Earlier in the week it was like pick'em.
Yeah, so I think some money has come in.
Oh shit. A lot of money came in. McKenna's minus 180 now. Holy shit.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
Amarin's plus 150. What the fuck?
You know what? In a fight like this, Amarin.
Yeah, it's Dgar pass at the odds. It's Dgar pass. Dgar pass at the odds.
Amarin's extremely dangerous. She starts fast. I like McKenna. She is, she's tough. She's a tough out. She has good wrestling. She's just overall, she's just good. She's solid. But I think Amarin at her best, if she reaches her full potential, is a better fighter. She's more dangerous. I think she's got a higher ceiling. And as the dog here, you know what? I'll take my chances. I think the fight's going to be close anyway. If it goes to decision, God only knows what happens. But yeah, I think Amarin has the bigger finish potential here. I think her grappling is a level above. Her sweeps are high level. So even if she does get taken down, she could land a sweep, end up back on top. Her ground and pound is pretty solid.
Or she can grab a sub from the bottom. She could always
Yeah, she's dangerous. To me, the upside
here. Earlier in the week at the minus 110, I would have bet McKenna, but now it's gone way up. It's like, I have to go Amarin plus 150 on the money line.
Yeah, and if you're playing DraftKings, I don't think McKenna's going to finish her. So if this fight goes,
unless she gasses out and just fuck.
Well, yeah, but again, that could be late. Like Amarin could have a very good first round. She can land a couple sweeps, which score points on DraftKings. There's a lot of upside with Amarin if you want to look for her on DraftKings.
Oh yeah, because then you can get that early finish too, that round 1 sub, because she's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, there's a lot of upside here, and in terms of betting, she's at this point she's a substantial dog, decent sized dog. So yeah, I like Amarin. I think the fight's more of a 50-50 fight, and with that said, if you can get her at plus 150, plus 140, I'll take my chances every day. So we'll move on here. Let me make sure I got this one. All right, I do. We got Josh Kulabau taking on Danny Silva. Silva is also making his debut. So we've got some debuting fighters on this card. Kubao is a very tough out. He's tough to put away. Volume's not always there. Silva, he's just scrappy, high volume type guy. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, Kulabau kind of just like another one of these guys that are just not. They're just right there, middle. One of these middling guys. Just depending on the competition, he can grab a win.
Yeah.
I don't think he's really good anywhere. I think he's a decent striker, but his volume can be like low, real low.
Yeah.
And man, I like this kid Silva. He really impressed me on the Contender Series, man. He probably had the best fight of the season. Him and Pacheco. It was a straight just war, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this he's a killer, man. He's gonna be there, man. He's gonna throw volume. At the dog odds, I like Silva here as a dog.
Yeah, man, I'm
Plus
right there with
150.
you. Like
Kulabau is just way too low volume for me, and unless Kulabau finishes him, which I think he's a tough out.
right.
The volume is gonna definitely be on the Silva side, and I don't think Kulabau's that good of a wrestler.
He's not a killer.
He's not a good wrestler. Yeah, and he's not
Right.
that good of a wrestler to going to be out there and go like Beeb and just grapple for 3 rounds. I don't see that. So if it's on the feet, I definitely think Silva's going to win the exchanges.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, Kulabau's a tough out. He's been in there with some really tough guys, but there's a very good chance this fight goes to the cards. And you got a guy who just landed 200 strikes on the Contender Series against a guy who...
Yeah, that's impressive. That was an impressive fight, man. Anybody just go back and watch that. That's a
he showed he does have killer instinct. His opponent was game.
Oh yeah, he should have finished him like a few times.
In a fight that there's very good chance it goes to the cards, give me the guy with the volume all day, and that's Silva. So we're both going to ride the dog on this one, and yeah, I think there's value there.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on. Our next fight is in the flyweight division. We have Rafael Filo taking on Ode Osborne. Filo, very good submission guy. Osborne, solid overall, well-rounded type guy. Pretty good size for the division, but does have issues with grapplers. Where are you leaning on this one?
I like Fialo here. I think Fialo, he's got good grappling, decent enough striking, good cardio. He's going to be there for 3 rounds. And I don't know. I've got questions. I mean, Ode is like potential, man. We all thought Ode was going to be at least good, and he's kind of his UFC career has been disappointing. He's kind of hit and miss. He's a well-rounded fighter, but I question his cardio and his chin. Yeah, I think probably Filo maybe get some subs him in round 3. Probably gets him out of there in round 3.
I'm kind of
or 2 or 3.
That's where I'm leaning to. His submission game, Filo's submission game is very good.
He almost ripped Makayev's knee out of the fucking
exactly. I mean, if that was anybody else, he wins that fight.
I mean, Ode's tapping immediately if he locks that in.
Ode is not fighting through that knee bar. No way.
No.
I mean, I think he's more dangerous. I mean, obviously, I think Ode has a slight advantage on the feet. We saw Fialo get kind of hurt to the body in his last fight, but he kind of powered through and found the sub. But I mean, Osborne's not exactly a power puncher. He's not a killer in that sense. I think once it gets to the ground, Filo takes over, and I think subs more than live in this one.
Yeah.
All right, so our next fight is in the women's bantamweight division. We have Josiane Nunes taking Chelsea Chandler. Chandler she's from Stockton. She's kind of got that dog in her. She's a tough out. Very good ground and pound. Nunes just going to throw bombs. She's very undersized for the division, but you know she's looking to take your head off at any point. Where are you leaning on this one?
Yeah, this is kind of like the meme fight of the card, right? I mean, you got Chandler, who's pretty tall, and you got Nunes, who's like 5'2", right? So
Right.
she's going to tower over. She's going to definitely have the size advantage. We all know Chelsea Chandler, last fight against Norma, my girl Norma. My girl Norma had her running laps in the octagon.
Yes,
You know,
that was.
and we haven't. Yeah, so we haven't seen her since then. But I mean, I think she's a good fighter. I don't know. Nunes is she's real short and compact. She kind of reminds me of Andrade a little bit.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of power. If she connects, she can put your lights out. That's for sure. But I don't know. I'm gonna go with Chandler here. Another dog. I'm liking the dogs this week.
Hey man, listen, we're on the same page on this one. I like Chandler too. I think she's tough.
I think there's a big grappling advantage too. Probably a strength advantage too.
I think she's stronger. I think she does have a grappling advantage. Her ground and pound is pretty nasty. We've seen Nunes get taken down by lesser fighters, and she's been held down. She's kind of a KO or bust type fighter. If she doesn't land that KO, you know, she can get taken down. She can get held down, beat up on the ground. I like Chandler here, man. I think she's tough. Even if she gets rocked, I think she'll hang in there. Listen, she's got survival instincts. We saw her literally sprint across the cage to avoid getting knocked out, and that got her through that fight. She lost the fight, obviously, but you know, she found a way to survive. Yeah, I think Chandler is a solid dog here. I think she's got a lot of upside, and again, if you're looking at it from a DraftKings perspective, if she does get that grappling going early, she could rack up a lot of points, a lot of control time, takedowns. I think she can do damage. I think she can do work.
Yeah, big size advantage. I think there's a wrestling advantage here. Yeah, got to go dog or pass. The only way I see you betting Nunes is if you bet her by KO. You take her by KO.
That's the only way I'd bet her.
Yeah.
I mean, the last opponent she fought, what's her name? Zara Fane. I thought she was going to kill that girl. And
yeah,
she was in a lot of trouble early in that fight. Found a way to win, but it was dicey.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on here. This is a fun fight. Got Natan Levy taking on Mike Davis in a lightweight bout. Levy, another one of those guys, to me, he kind of looks for a desperation takedown to control, to win fights. Davis, he's pretty well rounded. He's got good grappling. He's got good kickboxing. He trains. Well, he used to train very close to me, right down the road in Latham. So I kind of know. I've known this guy for quite a while. So I've been following his career.
He's out of Cerro Longo, right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was at Renzo Gracie in Latham. Now he's out of like Cairo, New York. So I'm not sure where he's training right now, but he's pretty local to my area, and so I've been following him for a while. I'm a fan of him. But what are your thoughts on this fight?
Yeah, I mean, I like Mike Davis. This guy, he's well-rounded, great fighter. He's good everywhere, great striking, good power, great wrestler. But he just can't stay healthy. We haven't seen him in the octagon in a year and a half since he fought Slava. Beat Slava up, took him down a bunch of times, ground and pound. I mean, I think Levy is just. I mean, I don't think his striking is very good. I don't think he's definitely not the better wrestler than Davis. I think this is Davis all day, and this is probably my favorite fight on the card to target is Mike Davis.
Yeah. I mean, I tend to agree.
I think this is a mismatch here.
Yeah, Davis, yeah, like you said, he fights like, I mean, average like once
Yeah,
every
it's
year and a
injuries.
half.
If he wasn't injured, and he would definitely be in that top 10. If he wasn't injured and he consistently fought, he would definitely be in that top 10 contending, I think. But
Yeah, I mean,
just doesn't fight often enough.
He's got a well-rounded game. His kickboxing is very good. His grappling is very good. Yeah, like we saw in the last fight with Slava, I think he landed like 9 takedowns in that fight. Yeah, I like him here too. I would probably lean towards the over. I don't know if he's going to find a finish. If he finds a finish, it's probably going to be later in the fight. But yeah, I do. I like Davis. He's a pretty good size favorite.
Numbers gone up on him too. He was like minus 350 earlier in the week. He's up to minus 500 now.
Oh, is he really? Wow, that's insane.
He was 350 earlier in the week.
Yeah, so if you're looking to bet Davis, I mean, I would probably bet the over.
Maybe Davis in the over 1.5.
Yeah, that's probably there. If you're a follower of Nuke the House, you might want to maybe throw him in there with a couple NASCAR drivers that we think are going to win. Try to find value there. But yeah, I like Davis. I think he wins. I think he could finish Levy, but I do think.
I think Levy's there to be taken. I mean, if it's on the feet, I think it's going to be like. I mean, I think he's going to get just smashed.
Yeah, if it stays standing, I think Davis picks him apart. And yeah, there's a very good chance. But Levy will shoot for those takedowns. Like I said, he's another one of those guys that when all else fails, he'll shoot for a takedown and try to survive. So that's why I kind of like the over 1.5 at least. But yeah, I think Davis could definitely get him out of there if it stays on the feet. I think he just picks him apart. All right, our next fight is in the welterweight division. I think I got the right order here. We've got Gerald Meerschaert taking on Brian Bam Bam Barberena. I feel like this fight's pretty one-sided. I like Meerschaert here. I think he wins by sub. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, Meerschaert is a minus 250 favorite. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel great about it. But then again, I kind of think Barberena is just a weathered fighter. I mean, all the injuries, he can't make weight. He's moving up. He's going to be severely outsized. I think strength is the advantage is going to definitely be on Meerschaert's side. But I don't know, man. This is a tough one for me. It's initially I thought, Meerschaert would walk through him, but I mean, looking at the tape, it's like I don't know, man. It's a tough one for me. I probably do think Meerschaert gets a sub later in the fight, but I could easily see it going the full 3. Yeah, this is a tough one for me. Usually, I like to back Meerschaert as like a dog, and it's too.
Yeah, Meerschaert is a guy that you want to bet as a dog as opposed to a favorite, but I don't know, man. I just anybody who takes Barberena down and wants to grapple with him.
But we've seen where Meerschaert doesn't even shoot takedowns. He wants to stand and fucking strike.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I can't. Maybe it's his game plan to take him down because I mean Barberena's takedown defense is dreadful.
It's so bad.
I mean,
if I'm in Meerschaert's corner, I am begging him to grapple, clinch, do whatever you got to do to get this fight to the ground because the dude's got 27 submissions in his career. And Barberena, he loses by sub pretty frequently. That's his biggest weakness. So, and I misspoke. I think I said welterweight, but yeah, this is at 185. So he's moving up. I don't think the size is really going to matter too much. Mearshart's not a massive guy, but I don't know. I just think Mearshart, if the game plan is to take him down and to grapple, he's going to find a sub at some point in this fight. That's my lean. I mean, I don't like to be too heavy on Mearshart. I've been.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Mearshart decision.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't hate that. I think he probably finds a sub, but yeah, Barbarena is tough. So if he is able to keep it on the feet, he could last.
Who do you think has a striking advantage though if it's on the feet?
I mean, I think Barbarena would have the striking advantage, but I'm not sure it's that big of an advantage.
Yeah, no, I agree. It would be a slight advantage. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm pretty high on Mearshart here. I really do think he finds a sub in the first couple rounds. But even if it goes long, unless for some reason Barbarena, can keep it standing, and Mearshart just does his typical sleepy Mearshart game, which is very possible. Barbarena's got a shot there, but I just think the script is there. Just take him down, get his back, choke him out. Like it's pretty well documented. But we shall see. It wouldn't be the first time I've been disappointed in Mearshart's game plan. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll move on here. Let's see. We got a women's bantamweight fight. We've got Penny Kianzad taking on Macy Shizan. Not sure if Shizan can make the weight. She's been fighting at 45. She's been fighting at catch weights of 140. But if she does make the weight, I do think she's got the grappling advantage here. She does have a win over Penny in the past. She submitted her, I believe, by armbar. Where are you leaning on this one?
Yeah, I like Jason here. Pretty confident here. I mean, I think she's better all around, well-rounded. Penny isn't very good. I think and then Chiason was beating Aldana until she got mean liver kick. And I was on Chiason in that fight. It was tilting, bro. Like, you're winning the fight, and man, that was a rough one.
Like,
but yeah, I think
that heel lands a quarter inch this way or a quarter inch that way.
Yeah.
And it's just nothing. But it just landed perfectly.
Right on that liver.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Chiason, I think she's going to probably be able to do whatever she wants here. And yeah, I like Chiason. Money's came in on her. She was minus 170 earlier in the week. She's up to minus 240 now.
Yeah.
So,
and for everybody's looking at it from the same perspective. If she grapples,
yeah, I can see her finishing her, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. I like Chiason here. Yeah, I hope she grapples from the bell to bell.
But I even think she's a better striker than
I think so too, but I think she has a massive advantage if it goes to the ground. If it stays on the feet, Kianzad has solid boxing. She can make it interesting. I don't think either one of them is going to land big power shots to kind of sway the judges. So I think.
Well, I think Chiason would be landing the power shots.
I think she would be the more powerful striker, but I just feel like it would look more competitive if they stayed standing. If it goes to the ground, I think she has a massive advantage. Either way, I think she should be she's the rightful favorite here. She should win this fight. She just can't get caught with something stupid. That's basically all it comes down to.
Yeah.
All right, our next fight.
Yeah, go.
Our next fight is in the I believe this is bantamweight, right? Or no, this is flyweight. Featherweight. My bad. We've got Christian Rodriguez taking on Isaac Dulgarian. I'm a pretty big fan of Dulgarian. I think he's the real deal. His wrestling is I think it's elite. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, this is a fun fight. I like both these guys. Big fan of Christian Rodriguez. Bulgarians made me a fan from his last fight. I mean, yeah, wrestling. I mean, I don't know. I give definitely give the edge to Bulgarian. I mean, this guy's smashing dudes out in one round, so it's like, what can you really say? He's everybody, you know. So we don't know about his cardio if it does get extended. Rodriguez he's a tough guy. He's a tough tough fighter, good wrestler, good striking. Man, this is money's come in on Bulgarian. He was minus 140 earlier in the week. He's up to minus 210 now. Yeah, I think it's probably a Bulgarian inside the distance. I think, man, I don't know. This is such a good fight. I don't know. Man, my head's telling me to go with Bulgarian, but the money line right now is telling me to go Rodriguez.
Yeah. Yeah, and I get the why you would think that, because Rodriguez, he's in every fight. He's tough. He's a tough out. But like I said, I'm a huge Dulgarian guy. The thing I like about him, which makes me not worry about his cardio so much, is that the wrestling comes so easily to him. He's not forcing takedowns. He's not struggling to get takedowns.
Oh, yeah, he's a smooth grappler.
He gets his takedowns easily, and then when guys move, he picks the ankle. He manipulates them very well. So it's not like he's putting that much effort into controlling guys. And that's probably why he has all these first-round finishes. What's that?
He slides into that full. He likes to slide into that full mount and just get on top of dudes and just fucking.
He's just so smooth with it. And his last fight or the fight before?
The Francis Marshall fight.
I think it was his first. It was his last fight. It went to almost the end of the first round. And
Francis Marshall fight. Yeah.
Yeah, the Francis Marshall fight. He unloaded a bunch of punches. He finished the fight, and he did not look tired at all. Like, a lot of times you see guys huffing and puffing. He did not look tired in any sense of the word. So I think his cardio, if he does get extended,
you know, the wrestlers usually have better cardio.
Exactly.
Because they're used to grappling and
like we saw with Rosas Jr. against Rodriguez. Rosas Jr. emptied the tank, but that kid thought he was the greatest thing since sliced bread. He's just went for it. He gassed out.
Now, I will say this, though. If Bulgarian has him in the positions that Rosas had him in, the fight's over.
That's exactly what I think. If Dulgarian has exactly what Rosas had, and I think Dulgarian is a better fighter than Rosas. Rosas is just inexperienced. He's a kid. He could be very good. We'll see what the future holds. But I think Dulgarian has the same skill set, much more composed, bigger, stronger, and his striking's good too. So he's completely well-rounded. He's a very good fighter. I'm super high on Dulgarian. He's one of my favorite plays on the board. I will be playing him on DraftKings. Especially, with the line moving the way it is, I feel like we're going to get good value there on DraftKings. But yeah, I'm big on Dulgarian in this fight.
Yeah, I think he wins. Probably inside the distance. Probably Bulgarian round 1 or 2.
Yeah, I would think that's probably
money line. I guess I would probably put him in a parlay.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to put him in a parlay. Actually, I bet him already.
I would have liked him more at that minus 140 number. I would have fucking like that.
Obviously,
Shit.
yeah.
Fuck,
but I should
have bet it earlier.
I did bet him with I want to say it was a Kyle Larson top 5 for the race on Sunday, and I got like plus 170 on that. Or no. Yeah, I think it was
nice.
plus 170. So that was my first bet of the week, and I'm pretty confident with that one. All right, so moving right along to what I think is probably a less competitive fight than the one we just broke down. We've got Kennedy and Chukwu taking on Ovin St. Preux. I am super high on Kennedy here. I'm assuming you probably are too. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I think OSP is washed. I think he's done. 40 years old. He's at the end of his contract. They're just trying to get. I think they're just. I mean, and I'm not a big Kennedy guy. I'm not a big Kennedy guy. But I think this is just another mismatch here. I think if, like we've seen in OSP's last fight against he fought last week against Kutabala, but Linz against Linz. I mean, Linz just put him out easily. I mean, that was probably one of the easiest bets I've made was Linz by knockout. I mean,
right.
This guy I just think he's done, man. It's just, the track is gone, man. It's just, there's no tire on the tread. There's no tread on the tire. It's just.
Yeah. I said the same thing. I mean, he's on my fade list. He's been on my fade list for a few fights now. He doesn't look interested at all in any of the fights that he's in. And, he's getting older. His best win, in the past 4 years was Shogun Rua, who was, on his way out. And even that fight, like that wasn't even impressive.
It was a split. I think it was a split.
It was brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah.
And I was on him in that fight, and that was, I was just like, dude, no way. I can't bet this guy anymore. I think Kennedy gets the job done. Again, he's not a guy you want to bank your night on, but I just find it hard to believe he's going to lose this fight.
Yeah, I think he probably knocks him out.
Yeah, so. I think he finds a knockout at some point, or I wouldn't even be surprised if he subbed him, to be honest with you, because I just feel like Ovin St. Preux is just not there anymore. So if they're on the ground and he catches something, I could see him subbing him as well. But yeah, I like Chukwu.
Pretty straightforward fight here.
Yeah, I would feel okay putting him in a parlay.
Yeah, but at minus 700 now, there's nothing you could.
Is that what he's at right now?
Parlay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even worth it. Yeah, so you're looking for finish there.
Yeah, probably finish early. I don't know.
Honestly, round 2, I don't know what the number would be on round 2, but that would be. I feel like it could be an ugly first round. Kind of.
What do you want? Knockout by round? Round 2 is plus 280.
Yeah,
so it's not even good.
Yeah.
You go. What's knockout round 2? KO round 2, 350. Yeah, these numbers are terrible.
Yeah.
Round 1 is plus 110. I mean,
you want to throw a sprinkle on it, it's not. I think it's live. So, but yeah, I mean, like
lines are choose.
Don't invest your night on a fight like
Kennedy
this.
by knockout is minus 235.
Yeah.
You can get your sub at like 6-1.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd bet that though, honestly. I don't know. If you want to get crazy, throw it in a parlay. Throw the knockout in a parlay. But yeah, I think Kennedy wins. I'm not going to do much with this fight though.
It's just the lines are too inflated. There's no value anywhere.
Yeah. All right, so that brings us to our co-main event, and not the greatest, but got Brian Battle taking on Losa, welterweight fight. I like I'm not a big Battle fan, but I do think he's pretty good. He's well rounded. He can be wrestled, but I feel like you've got to be a pretty high level wrestler to hold him down. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I don't know. This one is tough. Initially, I thought I would be on Losa, but looking at the tape, I don't know. I'm torn on this one, kind of. I think Battle probably wins, but I think Losa can mix in some takedowns here too.
Yeah.
He's seen him. I mean, he was in there with JDM, went fucking toe to toe with JDM on the Contender Series. His last fight, he fought. It was a good fight. The fucking name's fucking skipping
Reese
tonight.
McKee.
Yeah, Reese McKee.
Yep.
It was a good performance. He mixed in the wrestling there. I don't know. Battle. I faded this guy before, and he's done me. You know what? I'm gonna go with Losa here to edge out a decision.
Okay. All right. I wanted to go with Losa personally. I really did. The only thing that really swayed me away from that was the third round of that McKee fight. So the third round of the McKee fight and the second round of the Fletcher fight bothered me when I'm watching the tape back. The kid's tough. He's never been finished.
Well, Fletcher wobbled Battle.
Yes.
He almost fucking,
right.
You know what I mean? If Losa hits him with that, Losa has power in his hands. That's for sure.
No, I hear you.
And hey, I might get fucking Battle might do me again. I don't know, but I got to go with the dog here. Eventually, it'll hit.
I don't hate it. I mean, I personally, my favorite bet is the over 1.5. So I might bet Battle over 1.5. I'm not sure what that would pay. I do think this fight probably
minus 125.
Okay, so it's not great. But I do think Battle is a better striker. He does have the reach advantage. I don't know if Losa's grappling is good enough to control and win rounds. I know he can wrestle. But man, he really faded in that third round. In that second round against Fletcher, if it was a different referee, it could have been stopped. So, man, it's tough.
Yeah,
I totally understand.
This is a tough one. It's like at the price. The price, money line price. I got to go with Losa. I mean, but
I get that. I get that, man. I can't argue with it. I really can't. But if just trying to be right, get the winner, I believe Battle is going to find a way to get this fight. I'm not sure I'll do much with it, but if I'm picking officially, I'm picking Battle, and that's real. I mean, it's ugly. It's a tough.
Yeah.
Co-main.
How this is the fucking co-main. This is a co-main of a fight night. This fight,
right? Yeah, it's tough.
Come on now.
But
Bulgarian should have been the co-main at least. Shit.
Yeah, that fight actually should have been. That fight's going to be good. One way or another, it's going to be good. And this one could be too. Los doesn't get finished ever. He's never been finished. Battle, he's tough. He's a tough out. He's got a size advantage. Could be a great fight. But yeah, I think that Bulgarian fight would have made a little bit more sense in the co-main spot. But yeah, we move on. We got a heavyweight main event. We've got Tuivasa, crowd favorite, taking on Marcin Tybura. Where are you leaning on this one?
Initially I thought I would be on Tybura, but I don't know, man. I think Ty catches them early, man. Yeah. I think it's man, big Ty guy, big Ty fan, but I mean, I don't know. I got questions about Tybura, man. If he can't get the takedowns early, then I think he's gonna be in fucking trouble. And I think Ty touches that chin. We've seen Tybura knocked out and finished before. You know, Ty is losing to these top level guys, Volkov,
Right.
Gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, and that Gone fight was a fun fight. He was there. He fucking wobbled.
Yeah, he was
You
getting his
know?
ass kicked, and then he still had gone on skates. I think it was
Yeah,
like late
he's
second round or whatever it was.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like me and you are looking at this card very similar because I agree. I was at first sight, I thought, Tybura probably takes him down. That you know, but again, like this is 5 rounds. Tuivasa, he doesn't go away. You have to kill him. I
but
don't.
I do have questions about if it gets later into the fight, Tuivasa's cardio.
Yeah, but even so, like I mean, I'm not I'm not super high on Tybura's cardio either.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
we've seen him lose
Yeah.
fights like he had that Derek Lewis fight in the bag.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
And Derek Lewis put him out. So yeah, tough fight. I think Tuivasa, he's the type of dude where I don't think his cardio ever fully falls off where he's dead.
Another thing to mention though about Ty, you said on his Helwani interview, this fight was supposed to be on the Anaheim card, but he pushed
Right.
it back because he got his meniscus removed.
Right.
So, and he's not training in Australia; he's training at the other gym in New Zealand. So, but that was where he had a lot of his success at, was in that gym.
Right.
So,
yeah. See, with Ty, man, he's a true fighter. Like he's a true fighter's fighter. Like
oh,
when
he's a
he
warrior.
says,
Yeah.
it's just a fight, man. Like that's true because this guy's been in probably 100 fights that nobody's seen.
Street fights and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just who he is. So I don't know, man. I'm a big Ty guy. I thought Derek Lewis hit him with shots that probably should have put him out, and then he turned the tables in that fight and put Derek Lewis out. Him at his best, I think he finds a way to finish Tybura. And honestly, the fact that, like he said, like he could have fought in Anaheim, but he wanted more time. So after the little stretch he's had against some really tough guys, to take a little extra time, get the body right, you know, I think he's extremely dangerous in this fight. I think he finds the chin at some point. I mean, even Blagoy, who's basically just a slug, he was hitting Tybura with some decent shots. And if Ty hits him with those shots, Ty, I
puts
think
him
the fight's
away.
over.
I think, yeah.
So, yeah, my official pick here is Tuivasa. I think he wins. I think he probably finishes the fight.
Yeah, Tuivasa KO. It's Tuivasa KO is just probably the same as the money line price. So
yeah, I'm sure it's not really any.
Get Tuivasa KO round 1 is like plus 225. Tuivasa round 1, 2, or 3 plus 115. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Yeah,
I'd be happy. I'd be happy to play any of those.
Yep. So yeah, I like Ty.
All right, so we're we got a handful of dogs that we like on this card.
Yeah, I might like a little too many dogs on this card, but fuck it, we're rolling. Scared money don't make money.
I think if you're gonna like too many dogs, this is the type of card you want to like too many dogs on. To be honest. But if you don't follow, or if you're new to this channel, obviously get in the Discord. We have been crushing NASCAR. It's just been absolute money for us. UFC's been good to us. And our guy Keg, he mixes and matches. We put together some big parlays. Had a monster weekend last weekend. I think we're going to have a monster weekend this weekend. So, follow along. Hop in the Discord. Nuke the house on Patreon. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think follow along. You're gonna make money.
Yeah, we'll be live Saturday, Sunday, and then I think next week we're gonna have some live shows for the tournament, so that'll be fun.
Yes. Yeah, I think we've got. I think trucks will be running during the NASCAR show.
Trucks is about 5 o'clock my time, so 8 o'clock your guys' time. So yeah.
So we'll be. But either way, I mean, follow along. If you're watching this now, you probably already know. But if you're new, Nuke the House on Twitter. Follow along. Follow me at TommyZ_MMA. And Johnny, I don't know, you don't tweet too much, but you've got the sheet and the Discord.
Oh yeah, be in the Discord. Jump in the Discord. Jump in. Yeah, let's crush.
All right, so I guess until next time, good luck on Saturday, and we will see you.
Laters.